meteorologist Chase Jones.
Well, as the dust finally settles across the entire Concho Valley, things are cooling off slowly, so we're turning our attention towards that cold weather. Now, it's on its way, and we have our eye around the panhandle. We're keeping our attention on the high pressure circulating around Arizona, New Mexico, and then the Sierra Madres. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours with those strong southerly winds pushing us back and forth in those lower 40s all the way up into those mid-70s, and you see how gradually we're cooling off as those southerly winds also slow down about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But by tomorrow, around 10 to 15, so make sure you have something good lined up because it's going to be a Friday you do not want to waste. 69 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of those lower 70s and those mid 60s across the entire region. 68 up there in Sterling City, 66 down there in Junction, so we still have about 6 degrees across the entire Concho Valley, just inside that 10-degree range, but we're seeing a lot of instability making its way back in. Now, we saw a lot of shades of brown all week. Things are finally pushing back in towards those greens, seeing dew points in those 40s as well as those humidity indices. So we're going to see the return of some of this cloud cover, but a better idea of the topography in the area because the Edwards Plateau is going pretty strong with these storms making their way in. Now, we're keeping our eye around the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas for the circulation of these low pressure systems. That's where we're going to see some of those colder temperatures make their way in by Saturday. So look on the lookout for some light rain shower activity. Fingers are crossed for it, but it's just looking like it's going to be too strong and too fast, and then we're on the recharge again, keeping our eye off the west coast for the next round of severe weather. Upper level pattern is going to show you where these low pressure systems are going to continue to form around the panhandle. That's where that cold air will make its way in from, but we're fighting back and forth. So the high pressure, this is where we have our attention on, and you can see how each low pressure system is getting progressively further toward the north, but it's trying to fight there right around Tornado Alley because severe weather season is right around the corner. Now, a good example of Tornado Alley as the setup is making its way in. We have our eye right here on this sort of line of convectivity making its way down around the panhandle. You can see the circulation somewhere around Wyoming and Colorado. They're dealing with a blizzard right now, but the low pressure is so deep down near at the surface, it's slowing down as it runs in towards those mountains. Now, it's going to pick up more momentum on the backside. Where and when is the question. Severe weather outlook just moving gradually across the Rocky Mountains. We take it down to the surface, still dealing with those winter weather alerts while we still some see of those red flag warnings around the Big Bend region down towards the state of Texas because I want you guys to get a good idea of this circulation. So here goes the futurecast. Shaping up for a beautiful Friday. There's our low clouds that we're going to look for tonight, but things are going to clear up. You see it working around the Edwards Plateau. Here's the beautiful Friday, but the instability pushing in from the south. Keep your eye around New Mexico. There's our circulation in the panhandle, and there's the shape of that San Angelo bubble. Now, there's the convectivity as you make your way towards Dallas. As we continue to fast forward through Saturday, there's that snow running out of steam before it gets to the Concho Valley, turning into a whole lot of cold air, but right after that, by Sunday, we're immediately on the warm-up. So tonight, down into those beautiful 50s with those calm winds. Then tomorrow, a good run at those 80s. Please go outside and do anything but drink lots of water and wear sunscreen. I don't want to see any sunburns as we make our way into Saturday. Going to drop about 30 degrees down into those 50s. Then we're immediately going to warm up and probably lose an hour as we spring forward, and then we're going to make our way back up into those 80s, keeping our eye turned for another dust storm. But by Thursday, we push our way all the way up into those 90s while those overnight lows go from those 40s down into those 30s and right back up into those 50s. Stay tuned. We'll break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.